Hi everybody, how's everybody's morning, afternoon, evening, and night? I wanted to create this video just to voice my own opinion about the Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth situation with the new Game Plus, what people were talking about. And of course, I will put more information just down below the description and the pinned comments so you guys can see for yourselves on other people's videos, articles, and stuff like that, and etc. So right now, I'm on the actual website on Sega, on the actual game page in fact, and I'm actually looking at the actual standard edition, digital edition, as well as the ultimate edition, so you guys know at a time. So I'm just looking at the standard edition, and I noticed there's the base game, and then there's like other ones that were blank in there too. So I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna add it in there or something. So ultimately, I kind of look at the deluxe edition as well as the ultimate edition. I even noticed on the deluxe edition, on both versions of the editions, that they want you to pay like $20 to $30 more with taxes, by the way, to try to get New Game Plus, just like that. Which I think to myself, that's kind of a bit silly if you ask me. It's kind of a bit ridiculous that they're willing to try to take like the most basic replayability that's been around since like the beginning of the gaming eras, and as well as like midway and towards now. They take the basic features and just try to like use it as a DLC. It's kind of a bit silly if you ask me. So I kind of just went out of my way to just try to like look everywhere else too, just so I'm not missing anything in whatsoever. Just to look around like on Steam and whatever I had to look at and whatsoever. And I see the same thing with the description about the editions and whatsoever. And New Game Plus is just right over here on this deluxe edition and ultimate edition. And I do also see like the comments that people were talking about it, and it actually speaks for itself. And it's short and simple, straight to the point. It's basically saying that it's kind of a little bit of a scummy move to do, all kinds of things, because very greedy practice right there. It's definitely like 100% anti-consumer if you ask me. It's really kind of like a bad decision for them to make like that. Very bad idea and whatsoever. And of course, there's like long paragraphs too, which you can pause the video, screenshot it, whatever you got to do, and etc. It kind of speaks for itself. It's kind of a bit silly if you ask me. And I'm gonna also check like the other articles too. Same thing as well. Because to me, it's kind of a bit like scummy to just try to take something that's so basic and try to resell it as DLC. Very ridiculous in my opinion. It's very silly. It's like really absolutely ridiculous in my perspective. So I'm just trying to look around a little bit more and whatsoever. Same thing. Just try to like look everywhere. Definitely the same thing. Even like PCGamer as well, just to be sure. And I find it a bit ridiculous and bizarre, if you ask me. It's like, ugh. So anyway, so I just wanted to like make the video just to talk about it. And of course, it does actually remind me of that particular time back in early 2010s that I remember pretty well with the online pass, in fact, back in the day, like in early 2010s, which I remember pretty well with like a few games like Dead Space 2, Uncharted 3, and as well as like Twisted Metal 2012, like a few of those games that have like multiplayer that got locked behind a paywall, in fact, because I remember pretty well getting like Dead Space 2, so you guys know at the time that I actually in fact like played it on my PS3 at that particular time, which I kind of like brand new, along with the online voucher that came with the game case and stuff like that. So basically, if people don't know what I'm talking about, so specifically what I'm trying to say is that back in those days, that they would probably have those vouchers if you got the game brand new and stuff like that. Then you'll be able to like play the multiplayer. And then if you were to get the used copy of the game, by example, physical copy specifically, then you have to pay like extra $10 for it too, which is kind of like a bit of like a crummy move, which most of the time I blame EA for that, to be fair. It's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. And unfortunately, like other publishers followed EA's example just by putting $10 on the like used copy of the games just to play the multiplayer and access it. It's really silly. And then like since then, they were able to scrap the thing. So I'm like, thank goodness. So that's the kind of like situation that kind of reminds me of when it comes to like to this point when they did that with like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, just by example, so you guys know ahead of time and etc. Which again, I will try to put more information in the description and the pinned comments so you guys can see for yourselves. And I'd like to thank you all so much for watching my video. I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and night, as well as staying safe. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.